everybody, how are you doing? My name is Esther Njao. Welcome back again to my channel. I'm so delighted to do this. I had missed doing this. I didn't do a video last week, so I felt like I missed a lot. So welcome again to my channel. I'm delighted to have you. I'm so happy that I'm able to do this today and with you. And like I had said yesterday on my Facebook page and on my Insta stories, what I'll be discussing about, I'm talking about three generations. Generation 1, which is the 35 to 40, Generation 2, 30 to 35, and Generation 3, 25 to 30. In between, I am in the 30 to 35 generation. So I've been with this Generation 1 and I've been with this Generation 2. So I can tell you I know quite a bit about them. So welcome again, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly do so. Consider doing that and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified once I upload a video. I do videos every Tuesday 2 p.m. and my main theme is that is to encourage you and to let you know that is how to overcome everyday challenges based on the word of God. So karibu sana, enjoy this video, tell a friend, tell another friend, or especially those who are between 35 to 40 to watch this video and learn something, or maybe you know something, you will find out something that you didn't know. So enjoy this video, and may God bless you so much for supporting me and for the love. I am so grateful, and I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful. So karibu sana, enjoy this video and learn something. Now, Generation 1, 35 to 40, msinipige na mawe. I am not trying to say that everybody in that age or that I'm not trying to put everybody in that page, in that age. This is how your life should be, or this is how your life. This is why your life is how it is right now. I am not doing that. I am doing this. Actually, I had a struggle doing this video. I had prayed about it, and then I had talked to people between this age, because I'm not in that category myself. So I talked to people who are in that age, people who don't know each other, and the answers they give you and the way you listen to them and they tell you, you can tell these people, you know, generations, it doesn't matter where you grew up, it doesn't matter where you are, you do the same things. You sit down and talk to your age mates and hear. Some were raised in Muranga, others in Nakuru, others in Kisumu, others in Kericho, others I don't know where. But when you come together and you start talking to each other, you'll know that you will find out that you are playing the same games, you are doing the same kind of things. So when I say I've talked to people, I've done my research, what I'm about to tell you is can say it is somehow true. Actually, it is true. So most of it, and most people will second me on that. Most people will agree with me on this one, and I'll go straight to. I'm not giving points. I'm just telling you what I found out and what all those things. Now, this generation, first of all, they didn't have fun. Like they didn't have the. You see the way, like let me say in our generation, the way tulienda dunda, we went out to those things. This generation ilikuwa restricted. They were restricted, and let me tell you why. Because most of the mothers were at home. I mean, most of the time, parents were at home. Especially the mother. Maybe most of the times the fathers or the dads used to work and come on weekends or maybe end month. So the mom was always around. So there was no time at we are going with my friends. Did you where? No, there was not that time. So that period of having fun or going to wherever there was not that chance. The mom was always there, giving them chores to do all those things. They were there, so there was no time for all those things, going out and doing all that. So this is a stage that most of those people didn't experience, that like going out and doing alcohol. By the way, they didn't have that. that. We'll come to where they started doing that later on when we are about to finish this video. So to them, having children before marriage, why? If our time, if you had a child outside of wedlock, you'd be an example to every other lady or every other girl in that village. I don't want you to be like, so and so, you saw what so and so did. Yani, the fact that you have had a child before marriage, that was like, it was a taboo. But that one was something that like it would bring so much shame to the family, to the parents, to everybody, and everybody will be giving example with so and so did that, this and this, and you would be a bad example. And parents, that particular time, parents used to have this thing of telling people, staki kukuona na mtoto wa nani na nani, you see she did this and this and that, you see he did this and this. So you would overprotect the child by showing them that that person is not a good person at all. And they would avoid that because of the social pressure that would arise if you have a child. So by then, at their age, you wouldn't like, there was no, most of them never had children at home. Most of them. I'm not saying that none of them did, but most of them never had children at home, and their life was so predictable. Their life was so predictable. You could tell at after amemaliza primary school, you go straight to high school. After high school, college or university, or maybe a place you're going to learn something like a course that you're going to do, that depended on the financial status of your parents. So their life was so predictable. Malizi hapa, you do this. You know, nowadays you can't predict. You finish your, maybe even when you even in primary school, kids are making money in primary school right now. Then you couldn't find people making money in primary school. There was no social media. There was no the parents did not believe in so many things that they believe in right now. So it was so predictable. Maliza shule, class 8, go to high school. After high school, straight to university, straight to college, or straight to all those zinaitwa nini? Polytechnics. Yeah, polytechnics. Do your course, and after that, get a job and get a good one in that case. So you could predict. They knew this after this is this, after this is this, and most of those people, they believed in strong marriages. And this is the reason why they could watch what their mom is doing. They wanted to be what their mom is. Now the difference between now their mom and them is that now them, they are learned. You see, now wameenda high school, which was not available for most of the parents. They've gone to university, interacted with different kind of people. So now they are so they're exposed. They are kidogo exposed. They are not like their parents, but they believed in marriages. They believed what they saw their mothers do, and all what their mother had taught them. They believed in that. What they see is what they want to be. But now they are going to do it differently because they have been exposed. Your mom didn't go to the university. Maybe they did. I'm not saying all the mothers didn't go to the universities, or maybe they never went to school. I'm saying most of the mothers in the early age, they were not able to go to higher education. They just maybe primary school, and maybe that's it. And those were the lucky ones who managed to do that to that level. Now here's where now the turnaround comes in. And like their parents, most of these ladies, I'm talking about ladies because I'm a lady. I don't know about men. This particular topic, I'm trying to talk about ladies. Actually, generation 1 and generation 2. Generation 3, I'll talk about both genders. And now, unlike their mothers, these ladies they're educated, like I had said. They are making their own money. They can make their own choices because they have the life they've been exposed to. The life they have been exposed to. So they can make choices. They don't need another person to tell them this is what you need to do. Yes, you can tell them, but you can't dictate their lives. They have a mind of their own. They have made these decisions. This is what I want my family to be. This is how I want my life to be. And so you cannot just come and beat them around and tell them what to do and what not to do. So after now they settle down. Now they find a person they want to get married, and they actually get married. Now here's where the problem comes in. First of all, you need to understand, if this lady is not educated, this person is making their own money. You know, you don't have to be educated to make money. Maybe they got a job, educated themselves, maybe, you never know. As long as they are making their own money, you cannot push them around the way maybe you saw your mom do, you saw your father do to your mother, and you expect to come and do that, do the same thing to this particular lady. They will walk. And this is where now they start, if you start mistreating these kind of ladies, unlike their moms, they don't have the patience, and they don't have the understanding, because in this particular age, there's something I skipped before I come to marriage. No one prepared them for marriage in that particular stage in their lives. You know, like now when there are seminars, there are people talking on social media, there are people discussing marriages openly. Kitambo hakukuwa hivyo. By the way, even in our generation kidogo, there were some people who were starting to speak about marriages and counseling people openly. But in that, the people between 35 to 40, when they were getting into marriage, there were no a lot of people talking about marriages and the challenges and what you should take, what you shouldn't, all those things. There were not many, that is. They were there, but hawakuwa wengi. So they get into marriage without that knowledge, that knowledge of knowing what is right, what is wrong, how you should handle this. What they get into that marriage based on what they saw their mothers do. And like I've said, now for them, they're educated, they have a choice to make. They can either work because they have money, they have a decision, they can make a decision, they're making money, they are in big positions because they are the first people after the 40. I don't know about the 40 what plus, I don't know about those ones, but I think when they were growing up I was a bit young. So I'm talking about these ones that I've seen waki grow. So at that particular age, they are making their own money, they can make their own choices, all those things. So any slight misunderstanding, no patience, no perseverance, they walk. Work why? Maybe they have one child or maybe two children. Work because of what? Work because they have their own money. Work because they know they can raise these children alone. Work because you cannot limit their lives. Work because you cannot just push them around the way you feel like. And that is why they would walk. Now, after they walk, this specific generation, up until the rate of single mothers, it can rise from 0 to 100. Kitambo, yes, there were single mothers, but not as many as this particular time. Do you understand? I am not trying to say there is anything wrong with single mothers. Actually, hands up and salute to those single mothers who are doing a very good job. You've raised very good kids and children with values, and this is now where the rate of the level of single mothers grew from 0 to 100. And you do your research. Most of the single mothers we have right now are between 35 to 40. You do your homework, do your research. You're going to find out. Most of them are between 35 to 40 because they could not take nonsense. They could not, you cannot push them around. They were not like, mimi sisi hatutaambiwa venye tutafanya. They were those kind of ladies. Most of them. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying most of them. And the reason why I'm emphasizing on these things is because I know people are like, huyu alikuwa anasema stories za single mothers, ati single mothers si wapoa. No, I'm not saying single mothers are bad. I'm not saying that walking away from a toxic marriage is bad. Walking away from a person who doesn't treat you right is bad. I'm just giving an example and telling you a story of a generation from 1, 2 to 3. Hata yetu inakam, by the way. We have our shortcomings, we have our challenges. So bear with me as we finish on this generation. Now, like I said, the level of the single mothers rose from 0 to 100. And now people are not afraid of saying I'm a single mother. People are not afraid of divorcing. You know, kitambo, divorce was, it was something, okay, mentioned too, you talk in whispers, because people never used to divorce that much. There were divorces, yes, but in this particular time, divorces zika rise from actually I can't even count. People were not even afraid to walk away and just divorce and all those things. Now this after now they live their own lives, they have a child or maybe they have children. Now they put their lives aside, and now they start concentrating on the lives of their child or that of their children. Do you understand? And there's nothing worse than putting your life aside and concentrating on someone else's life, because you'll get tired at some point, because you are just draining yourself, you are not filling yourself up. Do you understand? So this particular generation, or this particular group of ladies, or these particular ladies in that generation, they put aside their lives. Like, now I am the mother and the father of this child or these children, so I've got to do what I have to do. They've got to go to school, they have to do all those things. And now that they are doing all those things by themselves, they have to put aside their life. Like, they put their life on hold for the sake of these children. Here's where most of them went wrong. They concentrated so much on providing material things, and they forgot about raising these children. Do you understand the difference? Yes, you're feeding these children, you're providing everything that they want, but because you are the father and the mother of this child, because you don't want them to lack, because you don't want you don't want them to go and as they compare themselves with other children who have both parents and think they are missing something. You overdid that and you forgot to raise this child. There's a difference between providing for this child and raising that child. Spending time with them, showing them where they should go. And mostly because of the ego, most of these people who are raising boys, you didn't find a father figure for this child. Maybe your brother, your older brother, or maybe your younger brother who is mature, or maybe your uncle, your dad, all those people, or your friend, your male friend who you trust. They didn't bother to do that simply because you provide for this child. Now, some did an amazing job. Most of them did an amazing job. Yes, you did all those things, provided for this child, you did all those things, but you forgot to raise the child and you left that job to the house girl. You left the house girl to raise your children. And the house girl is there to work, yes, check out the children. As long as the kids have eaten, they have done their homework, the house girl has nothing else to offer. That is all that you have employed her for. And that is exactly what she's going to do. So, after you've left the job of raising the children to the house girl, what does the house girl do? The house girl delegates the duty to the television and to the phone and to the laptop and all those things. Because they won't do that. They won't raise your child. They won't raise your children. They delegate the job to the TV and to phones and all those things. Keep them busy as long as as long as you find your house clean. I don't care what your kids are watching on TV. I don't care all those things. So after the kids are 10 and above, straight to boarding school, or now the mother now knows this child is independent, so I can do what I want to do with my life. And now the parent picks from where she left her life. Now it's my turn to enjoy life. It's my turn to have fun. I've raised you. You're now 10 and above. You're independent. You're in boarding school. Maybe you are in high school. Not high school. I mean, you 10-year-old is around in class 6, class 7, I think. So most of them are in boarding school, if not all. And now the parent feels free to enjoy life. This is where the 35 to 40 age went wrong. Now you start enjoying life. It is not bad to enjoy life. But as you enjoy life, your child is watching. And now they are not young. They can understand what you're doing. You go sleep out. Go drink. Go do all those things. Come back home. Your children can see what you're doing. Your children can understand what you're doing. Your children can see your frustration. Because most of the times you think you're having fun, but you're going to let go of your frustrations. And all these things, you always want to do all those things. You do them the timing that you do these things. You don't even check how the reaction of your kids are. You're busy, you pick up from where you left. Now you think it's your time to have fun, and you forget. By the time this child is 10, that is the time this child needs you the most. This is the time that this child actually needs you the most. When they are young, all they do is just you play around with them and do all those things. But when they are 10 and above, you need to start talking to them and showing them this is what. And by the way, most of these people didn't take their children to church when they are young. You just let it be. There's nothing as good as giving a child a Christian a Christian foundation. It grows with them. Like I can tell. Like I was talking to my sister the other day on phone, and I was telling my sister, I can't thank my dad and my mom enough for taking us to Sunday school. Do you know why? Because there are some things you don't do because you have that fear of God. It has been installed in you all along when you're growing up. Yes, you might lose the direction when you're old, and you might think that church is boring and all those things. But it is in you. It is already in you. So it is not too late to start again. It is not too late to find out where you went wrong. Speak to your children. They need you. They need you now more than ever. Yes, you can have fun if you feel like. Yes, you can enjoy life if you feel like. But as you're doing this, realize that your children need you. This is the 4th generation. You're raising the 4th generation. And the 4th generation, you do your research, you do your homework, you will know that most of those children were raised by single parents. We were moving from we're moving to a new place, and we had these guys come and help us move. Most of them were from the 4th generation, and you could tell the way they speak, because one of them insulted our gate man, and I was like, how would you? Our gate man is a bit elderly. I was like, why would you talk to such an old man like that without even zero chills? I feel anything? He's okay just talking to him like that. And I could tell something somewhere went wrong when this child was being raised. Because our age, even the 35 to 40, they know. You don't speak back to a person who is older than you. You don't speak back. You don't. You know that. You've been taught that. So, it is not too late for you to do it. It is not too late to speak to your children. It is not too late to reconnect them back to God, and to speak to them. Show them who God is. It doesn't matter how old they are right now. They will still understand. You have the power as a parent to speak to them, and they are going to listen to you, and they are going to follow you. They are going to follow what you say. Okay, so I hope you've learned something. I hope you're going to take precautions. I hope you're going to, as in, ujiite tu kamkutano ujue, where did I go wrong? I'm not saying don't enjoy life. I'm not saying that it's bad to have fun. Have fun, but as you're doing that, remember, your children are waiting for you. Your children want you to speak to them. Your children are waiting for you to instruct them on the right way. So God bless you so much. May He keep you. Next week I'll be talking about my generation. Yetu ni mbaya. Yetu from zero. I don't even want to go there. So I'll be talking about generation 30 to 35. Lakini mimi niko 16. I'm just talking about, on behalf of my 30 to 35 friends, I'm coming for you next Tuesday. So God bless you so much. May He guide you. May He watch over you. May He order you every step